All new episodes of Game Graveyard. Weekdays on RatedEm.
On today's episode of Game Chat, Devil May Cry, Tomodachi Life, Living the Dream, and Roadside Research.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to Game Chat. I wanted to do this series more frequently, but I got really busy over the past few months and honestly didn't even really have time to play games for my own enjoyment at all. But recently, I've been getting back into it now that my college semester is over, and I've had some opinions about the games I've been playing recently that I sort of want to talk about, so fuck it, here's another Game Chat episode. If you don't know what this series is, it's a very casual show I do where I discuss what I've been playing recently. Sometimes it's brand new games, sometimes it's older games, and none of it is meant to be like a definitive review. It's just like all my other content where it's meant to spark conversations and discussions in the comments. So let's not waste any more time and start with our first game, which is Devil May Cry 1. I tried this game a while back and I found it really difficult, and one of the biggest issues that I had was the game's camera. But I bought the collection on Steam a month ago and I finally got around to trying it again, and I finished it. I saw it from start to finish and I liked it. I played it on easy automatic, which made the experience much more enjoyable. I know hack and slash games are meant to be difficult and the try and try again mentality is a part of the experience, but in all honesty, I don't care. As you get older, you realize you can play games however you want as long as you have fun, and that is perfectly okay, and you don't need to abide by arbitrary rules set by elitists on the internet. I liked it this time around. The gameplay is great, but maybe I'm a little biased because I love Bayonetta and God of War and Dante's Inferno. The camera was still an issue, and the first half of the game felt very dry when it came to the story. It feels like the story isn't progressing as much in that first half, but the rest of the game had enough dialogue and context to keep me interested and pay attention. It's also very funny to see a few things that this game does, and I'm like, oh, God of War really is just a Western Devil May Cry. I plan to move on to DMC 2 soon. I've heard some strong opinions about that game, but ultimately I will form my own decision after playing it. But closing thoughts, DMC 1 was good. I think I just needed to play it at my own pace, and then also play a few other games before it to fully understand like what the game is as a concept. Also, the camera is still awful. That has not changed. Moving on to our second game for this episode, we're talking about Tomodachi Life, Living the Dream. This game has taken the world by storm, and honestly, I don't know what to say about it that you likely already haven't heard. The game is really good. I love games like The Sims, or when I was younger, I loved Gmod. I grew up playing Minecraft. Like, I really like sandbox games, and Living the Dream is one of the best in the genre, in my opinion. I can understand wanting a life simulation sandbox game where the objective is to sustain your character, whether it's selling crops to make money in Stardew, or it's making sure your Sims don't die in The Sims. Like, those games can exist. I just personally think that these games where you're given a blank canvas and just told to do whatever, like this game, like Gmod, those games should also exist. And personally, I like those games more than the ones with set objectives. I guess Gmod isn't a life sim, but it's a sandbox game. I've kind of gotten burnt out on it at the time of writing this. I got super overwhelmed on like, which Miis should I make? Should I draw the clothes for my current Miis? Should I make custom items? Should I work on my island's layout? But I think that is more of a me, no pun intended, problem. I love how open this game is, and I'm not complaining about how much I can let my creativity run free. Obviously, like many others, I do enjoy the lack of filter. This game has made me laugh so fucking hard. I've gotten so many good screenshots of my Miis having, let's say, interesting conversations or just existing amongst each other. Again, I don't really know what to say about this game because everyone knows that this game is good and funny, and I would just be regurgitating opinions that you've heard a million times.
Need a new form of entertainment in your life? Join the thousands of others who have considered subscribing. Side effects may include joy, laughter, and newfound knowledge about video games. Talk to your doctor about if subscribing is right for you.
Going into our final game for this episode, recently I played Roadside Research with a friend. I don't want to say we were like waiting in line for the midnight release of this game, but we were both decently interested in this game. We grew up playing less than favorable games together. We'd go to our local game store and we'd find something like Sneak King or Crazy Frog's Arcade Racer and just laugh our asses off at the quality of these games. And we were kind of going into Roadside Research with that mentality. But dude, this game is bad. Like, this game fucking sucks. I did not know that this was going to be another one of those like Twitch streamer simulator games. I thought this game would have more merit, and it absolutely does not. I think when we heard about it, there was some sort of like indie game showcase happening online, and I must have thought that this was a part of it, so I had like higher expectations. But this game, like I said, is one of those Twitch streamer funny haha simulator games like card shop simulator and supermarket simulator, or mall simulator, or bookshop simulator, or rest area simulator, or car mechanic simulator, or crime simulator, or mega store simulator, or cash cleaner simulator, or weed supermarket simulator, or IT specialist simulator, or bank simulator, or prison simulator, or sandwich simulator. Yeah, it turns out it's one of those games. And I keep referring to them as Twitch streamer games because I keep seeing these games in people's Twitch clips, and I really deep down do not understand the appeal and hype of these games other than Twitch clip farming. I do not think that every game needs to be a masterpiece. I've said that on this channel multiple times. But this is modern day shovelware. These are the identityless, hidden object, or match 3 mobile games of today's age. The animations are awful, the gameplay is tedious, and it's a good concept wasted on an awful genre. I personally think that there should have been more focus on the deception part. As long as you don't dick around with people and keep your shop running, the idea of blending in as an alien surrounded by humans is non-existent, and the game ends up being a gas station simulator. Not to be confused with the already existing gas station simulator. Humor is something I don't like to mention all too much because it's so subjective, but the humor in this game is shallow as fuck, and it just reinforces that lay epic Twitch clip shit. Wow, the characters wobble around side to side, huh? Lol. There's a gameplay mechanic where your character will just shit on the ground and you have to clean it up, and there's just nothing you can do about it. So like every 2 to 3 minutes you have to grab the little sponge and clean it up, or else people slip and fall on it. And we tried to remedy this game by playing with randoms online, and one of them didn't have a mic, and then the other was someone like fucking tryharding this game and wanting to run the tightest of ships at our little gas station. So this game blows, full stop. So that was another episode of Game Chat. Again, I'd like to do these more now that I have more free time to just even play games for myself again. Maybe these will be once a month, bi-weekly, I don't really know yet.
Check it out now. Yeah, check it out, yo.